Welcome to a 5-minute religious studies recap. We are focusing on the Eduqas exam board and we are looking at foundational Catholic theologies today. In particular, we're going to concentrate on Catholics and where they feel the universe has come from. So the aim for today's session is to explain what Catholics teach about the origins of the universe. So to start us off, going to think about how Catholics, they use a combination of the Bible and science to discover where the universe came from. Now, there's a long history of doing this from many different popes, but in particular, we're going to be looking at St. John Paul II and how he announced there is no conflict between religion and science. Therefore, Catholics will use both religious ideas and scientific ones to discover where the universe has come from. Now, in particular, we're going to concentrate first to start off with on the Bible. Now, the Bible, it starts off the very first book, Genesis, talking about how everything was formless and empty. What this means is that there was nothing at the beginning of the universe. That leads us to a conclusion that everything, therefore, must have come from somewhere or from something. Now, for Catholics, the only being capable of creating everything would be God. And the question is, well, why does it have to be God? And the answer is quite simple, really. For Catholics, they believe that God is the only being who is omnipotent enough, powerful enough to create an entire universe from nothing. Catholics also believe that God has always existed and will always exist. He's eternal, so he's the only being who could actually create a universe from nothing. They also believe that God is transcendent. He exists outside of time and space, and therefore he is the only being able to create an entire universe. So how does science fit into all this then? Well, we've just established that the Bible shows us that God is this omnipotent, transcendent, eternal creator. But the problem you've got is that God didn't just click his fingers and magic up an entire universe. He's carefully and intricately planned every aspect of it. And for Catholics, he's actually done that through a scientific process, and that would be the Big Bang. Now, as Pope Francis says, when we read about creation in Genesis, we do run the risk of imagining God was a magician with a magic wand, able to do everything, but that is not so. In fact, God has planned this and put the wheels into motion. He has started off creation, which has allowed life in the universe to develop. Imagine it a little bit like this, like dominoes in a row being knocked down. You came from your parents, they came from their parents, and so on and so on. All life came from Earth, the Earth came from the solar system came from the Big Bang. And for Catholics, God caused or created that Big Bang. He is that prime mover. He is the first cause. He is the one who has planned and put creation into effect. But then the question's raised, why does it have to be God that caused the Big Bang? And we're going to return to those key words. It has to be God because he is the only one omnipotent, all-powerful enough. He is the only one who's existed for all time, therefore he's eternal. And also he's the only one who's transcendent, so he's beyond time and space, so he could create time and space. When we bring all of this together, what it means is that Catholics have used the Bible as a source of knowledge and wisdom, but they combine it with scientific discoveries. So the Bible shows that God is the creator and he created everything out of nothing. But science shows how it was done, and that was through the process of the Big Bang. Now, bringing all this together, there is further support for Catholic beliefs about creation. And perhaps, one of the famous ones is this idea of the Big Bang was actually put forward by a Catholic priest, Father Lemaitre. Now, Father Lemaitre was a contemporary of Einstein, and he looked at Einstein's work, and he felt that actually the universe wasn't static, it was actually expanding, and as a result, it must have started off very small. Now, this small point he referred to as a primeval atom, or a cosmic egg, and from that egg, the entire universe was created. Now, the Catholic belief is that God placed that primeval atom, caused that cosmic egg, and therefore, God created and started the process of the entirety of creation. Now, from this session, you should now be able to explain what Catholics teach about the origins of the universe. If I were you, I'd look at all these key words and I would try and write a sentence for each to say how these words link to Catholic beliefs about the origins of the universe. If you can do that, you've been successful. If you want to push yourself a little bit further, there are some example questions on the screen for you. Thanks very much for your time today. Bye bye.